You do it every single day. Perhaps you did it just this morning. It's a small, almost unconscious ritual, a piece of choreography so familiar you no longer even notice it. Your cat, a warm, purring weight of affection, settles onto your laptop. They curl up on the keys, a soft obstacle between you and your work. And you, gently, lovingly, and without a second thought, push them off. You might whisper a little apology, a soft, "Not right now, sweetie," as you lift them and place them on the floor beside you. You think you're just clearing your workspace. You think you're performing a harmless, necessary action to meet a deadline or answer an email. But what you are actually communicating, in a language your cat understands with perfect, heartbreaking clarity, is this: your affection is an inconvenience. Your presence is a problem to be solved. Every single time you move them, you are inadvertently rejecting their most important and vulnerable attempt to bond with you. This isn't a dramatic, one-time event. It's a slow erosion. It's a quiet, daily lesson that teaches them that their deepest instinct to be close to you is, at its core, a nuisance. Think about it from their perspective. They don't see your screen. They don't understand your job, your bills, or your social media. They see the center of their entire world, you, giving your complete, undivided attention to a small, glowing square. Your eyes are fixed on it. Your hands are touching it. The full force of your focus, the most valuable resource you have, is being poured into this object. Their instinct, born from millennia of social evolution, is not to annoy you. It is to join you. It is to place themselves directly in the center of your attention, to merge with your focus, to be part of what is clearly the most important thing in the room. And in that critical moment, when they have made themselves vulnerable and offered you their companionship, a hand descends. Not an angry hand, not a cruel hand, but a firm, dismissive one. It lifts them away from the circle of light, away from the center of your world, and places them outside of it. The message is not spoken in words, but it is received loud and clear. __quote _0 _____ quote _1 ___. Over time, this repeated gentle rejection teaches them to stop trying. You might even feel a sense of relief one day when you notice they've stopped jumping on your keyboard. You might think, oh good, they've finally learned. But what they've learned is not a boundary. They've learned that offering you their love in that specific way results in being pushed away. They've learned that their desire for connection is unwelcome. This single common interaction is the source of so many misunderstandings between humans and the felines who share our lives. We interpret their behavior through a human lens of productivity and purpose, while they operate on a much deeper, more ancient current of territory, trust, and social mirroring. We think we need space to work. They think they are being ostracized from the tribe. The tragedy is that we do this out of necessity, not malice. But the intent doesn't change the impact. The good news is that this entire dynamic, this cycle of miscommunication, can be completely transformed. It doesn't require expensive toys or complicated training. It requires a single, tiny, almost invisible gesture. A gesture that changes the entire interaction from a moment of rejection into one of profound connection and understanding. It is a secret of the feline language that, once learned, you will never be able to forget. And before this is over, we will reveal exactly what it is. First, and this is the most important step, let go of any guilt. That feeling twisting in your gut right now, the one that whispers you've been doing it all wrong. Release it. You are not a bad owner. You are a human, living in a human world, and that is a very different reality from the one your cat inhabits. The simple act of moving them from your keyboard is not born from malice. It is born from necessity. Your world is a symphony of notifications, deadlines, and the relentless ticking of a clock that dictates your every move. An email needs to be sent. A report is due in 1 hour. A video call is about to begin. These are the pressures of your reality, and they are completely alien to your feline companion. Nearly every single person who shares their life with a cat has performed this exact ritual of gentle, apologetic eviction. It is a universal experience, a quiet conflict played out in millions of homes every single day. Your cat's world operates on an entirely different set of principles. It is a landscape of instinct, of connection, of ancient rhythms. Their clock is the sunbeam that slowly creeps across the floor. Their deadlines are the rustle of a mouse in the wall or the chirping of a bird outside the window. They don't understand that your spreadsheet is due, just as you don't instinctively understand that the patch of sunlight by the door has reached the perfect temperature for a mid-morning nap. They see you, their giant, beloved provider, staring intently at a glowing rectangle, your focus completely consumed. And their instinct is to be where the focus is, to be part of your world. When you push them away, you are not a monster. You are simply a creature from one world, trying to navigate the rules of another, and a collision is sometimes inevitable. Now, let's talk about something you do that you probably think is a little bit strange, something you might even feel slightly embarrassed about. It's that voice you use. The one you use only when you and your cat are alone. You know the one. It's a few octaves higher than your normal speaking voice. It's softer, more melodic, filled with gentle cooing sounds and elongated vowels. It's the voice you use to ask them who's a good kitty, or to tell them they're the most beautiful creature in the entire world. You pray no one else ever hears it, because it feels like a secret, personal language, a little bit of silliness reserved just for them. Well, what if I told you that you are not being silly at all? What if I told you that you are instinctively speaking their language with near-perfect fluency? Science has a name for this. It's called cat-directed speech, and it is a proven, documented phenomenon. Researchers have conducted studies, beautiful in their simplicity, where they recorded cat owners speaking. First, they would record them talking to another human adult. Then they would record them talking to their cat. When they played these recordings back to the cats, the results were astonishingly clear. The cats largely ignored the normal human-to-human speech. Their ears might twitch, but they remained disengaged. But the moment they heard that special, high-pitched, melodic tone, their own personal voice, their entire demeanor changed. Their heads would turn, their ears would swivel to pinpoint the source of the sound. Their pupils would dilate, their tails would give a little flick of interest. They weren't just hearing a noise, they were hearing a message specifically crafted for them. This isn't a coincidence. This tone mimics the vocalizations a mother cat uses with her kittens, a sound that is biologically hardwired into their brains to mean safety, comfort, and affection. So when you use that secret, slightly embarrassing voice, you are tapping into one of the most powerful and primal forms of feline communication. You are telling them, in a language they understand on a deeply instinctual level, you are safe, you are loved, you belong here with me. You're not being weird, you're being a brilliant translator without even realizing it. And this understanding, this proof that you are already communicating on their terms, is the foundation for solving the very problem we started with. Because if you can speak their language of affection, you can also learn to understand their language of action. And their actions at your desk are far more profound than you could ever imagine. So you are already, instinctively, speaking a language they understand. That gentle, high-pitched tone you use is a direct line to their sense of safety, a vocal bridge between two different species. But true communication is a two-way street, and what they are trying to communicate in these moments of so-called interruption is far more profound, far more complex than we have ever been led to believe. To truly understand their message, we have to do something that feels unnatural in our busy human lives. We have to see the world not just from our perspective, but from theirs. Let's try it for a moment. Imagine your entire world is contained within the four walls of your home. Your day is not measured in hours and minutes, but in patterns of light and shadow, in the familiar sounds of a key in the lock and the rhythm of footsteps on the floor. You are a creature of immense sensory awareness. You hear the hum of the refrigerator, the tiny creak of the floorboards, the whisper of the wind outside. And towering above it all is your person. This being is not just a provider. They are the sun in your small solar system. They are the source of warmth, the bringer of food, the dispenser of safety and comfort. Their presence defines your reality. Their attention is the most valuable resource in your entire universe. Now, picture this giant, this center of your world, sitting down. Their focus, which you crave, is suddenly poured, like water, into a small glowing square that sits on their lap. The warmth of their gaze, the gentle energy of their attention, it is all being consumed by this inanimate object. You hear the quiet clicking of their fingers on its surface. You see their eyes, which should be looking at you, locked onto the shifting lights of the screen. From your perspective, this is not a work deadline. This is not an important email. This is arrival. It is a mysterious, silent thing that has completely captured the being you are bonded to. What is so fascinating about this box? What secrets does it hold that are more important than your presence? Your instinct, an instinct honed over thousands of years of social bonding, is not to annoy. It is not to be a nuisance. It is to investigate. It is to join. You must get closer to this object of fascination. You must understand it. You must place yourself within that sacred bubble of attention. By stepping onto the keyboard, you are not saying, quote, 2. You are saying, quote, 3. You are trying to merge with their focus. And then it happens. A large, familiar hand, a hand that usually offers gentle strokes and reassuring scratches, gently but firmly pushes you away. The message in your language is brutally clear. It translates to quote, _4__. Imagine the confusion, the subtle sting of that rejection. It's a small moment, one of 100 in a day, but these small moments accumulate. They slowly teach a devastating lesson. Your attempts at connection are an inconvenience. Now, stop. The next time this happens, I want you to try something revolutionary. The very first thing you do is nothing. Don't move to push them. Don't sign frustration. Simply stop typing. Place your hand on their fur, feel the warmth of their body, and breathe. Just for a second, acknowledge their presence with a single gentle touch. This is the first step in rewriting the entire conversation, but it is not the most important one. We are building towards that. If you believe that a deeper understanding, a simple shift in perspective can prevent even one cat from being misunderstood or feeling rejected, then subscribe to join this mission. This isn't for the channel, it's for them. It's for creating a world where we listen more closely to the silent voices that share our lives. The popular belief that your cat wants your laptop simply for its warmth is one of the greatest misunderstandings in the human-feline relationship. It is an easy, logical conclusion. The device is warm. Cats like warmth.
Therefore, the cat wants the warm device.
But this is like saying a person who brings you flowers only wants to give you a plant. You are missing the entire language of the gesture. The warmth is merely a secondary benefit, a pleasant coincidence. The true reason is far more profound, rooted deep in the ancient social structures of their ancestors. What they are actually doing is a behavior known as, quote, 5. In a wild feline colony, social bonds are everything. They are the currency of survival. Trust is built not through grand gestures, but through thousands of tiny shared moments. One of the most critical ways this trust is established is by mirroring the posture and, more importantly, the focus of a trusted leader. When the matriarch of the colony settles down to watch the horizon for threats, other cats will often settle nearby, facing the same direction. They are not just copying her, they are communicating a powerful message. They are saying, quote, 6. It's a silent, instinctual pledge of allegiance, and a request for inclusion into the core group. Now, bring that ancient instinct into your modern living room. You are the undisputed leader of your cat's colony of two. You are the source of food, safety, and affection, and for hours every day, they watch as you pour your entire being, your focused energy, your very consciousness into a small, glowing rectangle. They see your eyes fixed on it. They hear the rhythmic tapping of your fingers on it. In their world, this glowing box is clearly the most important thing in the territory. It is the new horizon you are watching. So, what does their instinct compel them to do? They must join you. They must get as close as possible to the object of your focus. By placing their body directly on your keyboard, on the very source of your attention, they are making a desperate primal bid for inclusion. They are screaming in their silent language, __quote_7__. It is not an act of annoyance. It is an act of profound admiration and a deep desire to connect. This same principle of misinterpretation applies to another common and often baffling behavior. The moment when your cat jumps onto your lap, purring and content, only to turn its back completely to your face. To our human sensibilities, this can feel like a snub, a rejection. After seeking our affection, they suddenly seem to be ignoring us. But in the feline world, this is perhaps the single greatest compliment they can ever bestow upon you. In the wild, an animal's back is its most vulnerable point. It is where an attack is most likely to come from, unseen and undefended. To willingly turn this vulnerable side to another creature is the ultimate expression of trust. It is a non-verbal declaration that says, "I trust you so completely that I am willing to be defenseless in your presence. I know you will protect me. I know you are my safe harbor." They aren't ignoring you. They are honoring you with their absolute faith. When you understand this, you begin to see that these aren't just quirky habits. They are sentences, paragraphs, entire emotional letters being written to you in a language you were never taught to read. You've been receiving these messages of love and trust for years, and through no fault of your own, you've been reading them as gibberish. Now you understand the question they are asking with their bodies. Now you can finally learn how to give them the answer they've been waiting for. And that answer is found in the one tiny, almost invisible gesture we will finally reveal. The secret that changes a moment of rejection into a true conversation. We have journeyed through the guilt, the science, and the silent world of feline perception. We have unraveled the myth of the warmth-seeking cat and discovered the profound truth of mirroring. Now we arrive at the heart of the matter, the final piece of the puzzle. The secret gesture that transforms a moment of rejection into a profound act of love. You've been waiting for it, and it's simpler and yet more powerful than you can possibly imagine. It is not a treat. It is not a toy or a fancy distraction. It is a piece of ancient, unspoken language that you already possess the ability to speak. The next time your cat settles onto your keyboard, claiming the center of your focus as their own, you will not push them. You will not sigh. You will stop everything, just for a moment. You will look at them, truly look at them, and you will give them a long, slow blink. Let that sink in. A slow blink. In the silent, nuanced world of felines, this is not a passive gesture. It is a deliberate, powerful message. Unbroken eye contact is a threat, a challenge. But by slowly, intentionally closing your eyes, you are communicating the exact opposite. You are making yourself vulnerable. You are saying, in their native tongue, quote, 9. It is the feline equivalent of a handshake, a hug, and a whispered, quote, 10, all rolled into one silent, beautiful moment. You have not dismissed their bid for connection. You have acknowledged it with the highest form of respect. You have validated their entire reason for being there. The warmth they feel in that moment is not from the laptop. It's from being truly seen by the most important being in their world.
And what happens next is where the true magic lies. After that moment of shared respect, after you have had this silent conversation, you can then place a decoy. A simple shoebox, a small folded blanket, a spare cushion. Place it right next to you, within your immediate personal space. Because you have already fulfilled their primary need, the need for inclusion and acknowledgement, their secondary need for a comfortable spot can now be met. More often than not, having been seen and understood, they will move to the new spot on their own. They will choose it. You did not banish them from your presence. You did not reject their offering of trust. You listened, you responded, and you offered a compromise. You didn't just move your cat, you had a conversation. You negotiated.
This is the fundamental shift. This is the difference between being a cat owner, someone who provides food and shelter, and becoming a cat translator, someone who participates in a deep, meaningful relationship. You have now learned to replace a micro-rejection with a micro-connection. Think of the cumulative effect of this change. Days, weeks, years of these tiny moments, no longer filled with misunderstanding and a subtle sense of annoyance, but instead with validation and respect. This is how you build an unbreakable bond. It's not about grand gestures or expensive gifts. It's about the quiet integrity of your daily interactions. It's about learning to hear the question they are asking with their bodies and answering it with yours. You are now one of the few who truly listens, who understands that the cat on the keyboard is not a nuisance, but a disciple asking to be included in your ritual.
You have been let into the secret, and your relationship with your cat will never be the same.
You have moved beyond simple companionship into a state of mutual understanding. What is the one behavior your cat has that you used to think was annoying, but now suspect is a sign of trust? Let's decode them together in the comments.